everybody.
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Beth?
I'm great. Great.
Oh my gosh, everybody, welcome on. As you're jumping on, comment live if you're watching live, comment replay if you're watching the replay. And as always, if you were invited to watch this by a member of our stylist team, please make sure that you tag him or her, because in these big events, it can be hard to find. It can be hard to find the comments. So go ahead and tag your stylist so he or she knows that you're here and can make sure that you have the survey you're going to need at the end in order to get in to win our high-end jewelry prize we're doing at the end. So welcome on, stylists, of course. If you're clicking the share button to get this to somebody that needs to see it, go ahead and do that now so that everybody who's looking to find us and hear a little bit about this amazing business will be able to find us easily.
We'll just be everywhere, right? We'll just be everywhere.
We're coast to coast. Are you so excited about the new jewelry that just came out?
Oh my gosh, I am. I just feel like it's a nice blend of classic and then yet some trendy things as well. So I think it's going to appeal to like all ages. Just like normal, our stuff appeals to all ages.
Agreed. And even as I was putting this on, I'm like, is this too much for a Monday night? But you know what? It's never too much nothing's ever too much.
I'm jealous because you have stuff already. I'm like, okay, I'm like stalking the UPS guy. I'm like, waiting for it.
Well, you know, when Joy did that great jewelry segment for us on Friday about the necklines, I was like, oh, you know what? She's right. I can just I know, this is one of my favorite summer blouses. And I said, oh, I already know what I'm going to wear with the next time I put that blouse on. And here they are. I kind of forget what these are called, though.
Glam, I think.
Oh, Glam. That's right.
Glam.
That's
and
right.
You know what? I saw your top with the neckline. I was like, oh, she listened to Joy. I was like, okay.
But that's we love that, right?
For the summer. And yeah. So,
and for those of you that are wondering what the heck we're talking about, we had a big event, two events recently. Yesterday, we had the official launch party of the new jewelry where I showed a whole bunch of pieces. And on Friday afternoon, Joy Widgeon, as part of that party, did a whole dedicated segment to what necklaces or what jewelry to wear with different necklines. So if you have not seen that, definitely scroll this page and you'll find those lives as well. And you can really get a good look at what we do here and the fun that we have as well.
Yeah, and it's so let's get to it tonight. I mean, we're making people look better. I love it.
I mean, I could always use a tip on how to look better, so that's fine by me.
Well, I am honored to be here tonight with you, Michelle. And for those of you that don't know, Michelle has 25 years in the direct selling space. So she really is an expert and, has great habits, is a great teacher. And we have all just learned so much from her. So I'm excited to hear from her tonight. And you can, tell us more about why this is, the life and career you chose, I guess.
All right. And I know that so many of you do come here with a series of questions. And of course, I'm thrilled to be here to answer them along with Beth. Beth is actually a very recently retired teacher. This was the first school year of her retirement. So she just completed her first year of retirement. Congratulations. Yay. And I know that you were able to achieve that. Was it 2 years ahead of schedule?
It was about 2 years earlier than I thought I was going to be able to. And it was totally all because of Park Lane.
Yeah.
Extra just helped, supplement the pension that I've got. And yeah, it's just been great.
Isn't that fantastic?
I was ready to go. I was ready to go about 3 years ago. But it's nice to finally say, okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, it's amazing how many different ages and stages of life our team members are in. And over the course of these Monday nights, we really do get to see so many different ones. So for those of you that are going to be inspired by the fact that Beth was able to retire early, that she did build up a great income over a course of, was it the final 8 years you were teaching?
7? It was 9 years. So this
9,
is my 10th year with Park Lane. So it would be the last 9 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And was able to supplement her income to the point that she could do that 2-year early retirement. So we'll definitely hear about that tonight as well. But so thrilled to be with Beth because she had absolutely no sales experience coming into this. but did have a love of the jewelry, did have a desire for that extra income, and wow, has it worked out. So we love working with Beth. Our whole team does.
Yeah, it just fit my life, and we'll talk more about that. But I guess, the first question for everybody is like, why direct sales? Because, when I was looking for something extra, there's always retail, but retail was not going to jive with my long hours of my job that I already had. So why is direct sales a good fit for some people?
Yeah, direct sales really puts you in the driver's seat. It's something that allows you to decide when you're going to work, how you're going to work, where you're going to work. And especially for those with already a full-time job, I feel like that's got to be priority number one, right? Because if you already have a full-time job, and comment full-time if you already do, if you're watching and already have a full-time job, it does definitely make you really have to consider, if you're going to take on something else to supplement your income, how is that going to fit around that you already work full-time? And for some of you, full-time is like more than 40 hours a week, right? Or you already have a job that is a job that's there and it still follows you when you go home, like teaching does, with the grading and the planning and everything else. Yeah. But also some of you want the flexibility of the income that you want to bring in, because maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you are a retiree and you want to be doing the travel that you now want to do because you're not working full-time anymore. Maybe you have another business, or you work part-time, and that's still something that you're operating around. And then there's all the other hats that we wear, right? Do you care for aging parents? Are you a volunteer in your community? There are so many things and so many stages of life that we are all working around, that where is this additional income magically coming from? And it's not going to come by magic, but it can come by flexibility. And that's what direct sales allows you to do, because it gives us the fun of being a business owner, of selling amazing jewelry in whatever form we want to do it, online, in person, a combination of both, working from your phone, working from a wine bar, a restaurant, someone else's home, all of that, without the hard and fast hours, without the hard and fast rules. Because being an independent business owner, we get to make all of those decisions and do it at the times, places, and spaces that work for us. So for me and for the team that I coach here, that's really what I see to be the benefit of direct sales.
Yeah, the flexibility for sure. Because like I said, I taught, and, I worked long hours, and if I was to get a retail job, I knew that would be every weekend I'd be working, every holiday.
Right.
I worked with teachers that would go from work to their second job and work till midnight. And I'm like, that's insane. Like so that does not fit most people's life.
No.
So, and the jewelry is a whole nother joy in itself. That's so right. I guess that would be my next question. Why jewelry? Because there are so many, direct selling choices. I mean, I know why I like the jewelry, but why would jewelry be a good fit for someone?
Well, why don't we start with why do you like the jewelry?
Well,
because that's going to help us answer this.
I like, how it makes me feel better. I like putting it on someone and their reaction. Like the thing is, a simple little necklace or a new pair of earrings makes somebody feel good. And I mean, life is hard. I mean, I just told somebody this morning, adulting is so overrated that, if you can make somebody smile by a new necklace or a new, bracelet or whatever, it is so worth it. It releases the serotonin in your body, and I think it just immediately lowers stress. So that's personally why I like it. And, you don't have to convince someone to change what they're doing.
Right.
Either. Like some other companies that, have tried to, you got to change your whole makeup routine, or you got to change your whole, your vitamin, your eating, or, whatever. It's just earrings, or, you don't have to change anything.
And that, you guys, is what we're talking about here. I think that Beth said what was probably in all of your heads, right? That jewelry is easy, jewelry is fun. And if you're going to want to take on either an additional source of income and an additional job to the responsibilities you already have, whether it's a job or any of the other things we mentioned a minute ago, that you're going to want it to be easy and fun, something that people can make easy decisions on. Do I like those earrings or not? Do I like that necklace or not? There's not a lengthy or any really convincing time. There's no need to have tremendous amounts of product knowledge. Do we know a few things like our earring posts are surgical steel so that people with sensitive ears can absolutely wear our earrings?
Right.
Absolutely. Do we know that this is not costume jewelry, but in fact, fine fashion jewelry, which is 18 to 22 karat electroplated gold, and rhodium, which is the platinum silver that jewelers use? Do we know things like, yeah, we have natural stones, we have semi-precious stones, glass pearls. These are things that are super easy to know. And that's about it. Beyond that,
we don't need ingredients.
Right. Beyond that, it's, do I like those bracelets? Yes or no? And when you're selling a product that people love, that people gift, and that changes with the season, that you're earning for free in addition to your weekly paycheck. So if you're a jewelry lover, to know that you're going to have like this unlimited access to additional free jewelry, and you can start having your jewelry habit come to you for free instead of always spending money on it. These are all things that make this business easy and fun. This is a product you can sell in person or online. This is a product that not only people who love jewelry purchase, but people who gift jewelry purchase. So there's just, to me, it's a fun and easy product that makes it a fun and easy business.
Totally agree. I mean, and that in the beginning, you know, I kept having shows. I'm like, I need to support my habit. And I wanted the extra income. So it was kind of a win-win. So, and that's, I think, how a lot of us came to it. We did some shows and then decided, oh, I like this. I want, why not make money too? So,
right. In fact, in the comments, if you're somebody who just laughed when Beth said support her habit, go ahead and comment support my habit, or comment if you have hosted a show already in the past, and that's why you're here. And you've even said to yourself, I wonder if I had signed up when I had my party, how much money I would have made by now. Because that's some of what we're going to talk about now too. So, yeah.
I mean, there's no shame in that. If that's the reason, hey, that's the reason.
Well, if you're going to work in sales, you will do the best if it's something that you really enjoy. And if you really enjoy jewelry, this is clearly a natural fit.
Because your love and your passion for it just comes out naturally. So it's easy. So I guess then we know, okay, we love jewelry. That's why we're here. Why Park Lane? What makes it different? Because you guys tease me all the time because I only know the Park Lane way because I did have no sales experience. So why Park Lane? What sets it aside, from other companies?
Yeah. And of course, that's really what you're here to learn tonight, because there are tons of direct sales companies. There are even other jewelry direct sales companies. But if you're going to get involved in sales, if you're going to get involved in direct sales, if you're going to get involved in a direct sales jewelry company, you want to know a couple of things right up front. Does the company have programs that can support the goals I'm going to have? Will the company still be here in a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 70 years from today?
Yes.
And am I going to be able to sustain this business and meet new customers consistently? And you're going to find that the answer to all of those questions here at Park Lane is yes. So let's backtrack a little bit. Park Lane was started 70 years ago, 1955. Husband and wife team, that newlyweds that wanted to have their own business. And when they hired 3 separate advisors as to what would be the proper and a good flourishing product to sell, the answer from all 3 independently was jewelry. And that for the reasons we just described, right? Jewelry was also something that Shirley loved, which of course made it even better. So they knew that people love to get together and socialize. They knew that people love to shop. They like to have help shopping. So they ended up going with that. And from that moment went on to become a cash-rich, debt-free company. because they were smart enough as they were starting the business to constantly reinvest the majority of the profit back into the business. At first with jewelry, but then continuing on to all of the other things it takes to run a business, to own the land that the warehouse is on, to be in charge of their own printing materials for the catalogs, and just like all the things that involve running a company. So with that, even at the time, there were other direct sales jewelry companies. And the story is that someone said to Arthur, there are already direct sales jewelry companies. Why are people going to join yours? And he said, I'm going to pay them more. Now, that is something that is true, but let's talk about these programs that allow that to be true. So number one, if you're going to get involved in sales, you want to sell something that people love. And women love to get not only a beautiful product, but something that they're going to get a great deal on. And that's where our first program comes in, our customer sale. And comment sale, if you have already shopped the sale with your stylist prior to coming to this tonight, where those two low price pieces are your only regular price pieces. So that then when you want these brand new couture earrings, they are half price. When you want the gorgeous new little bows and the rings and all these beautiful pieces that have even just come out, brand new pieces, you're able to get those for half price. That your highest price piece is able to be a bonus item for only $35 with qualifying purchase. That we have these style drops that regularly come out where the value of the piece is sometimes, $200 plus, but you're getting it for $35 with a $40 purchase or whatever it is. All of these are the things that make our customers love shopping with us, especially once they receive it and they see it. Beth, when people receive their jewelry, what do you find people always say?
The comment is always, "Oh, it's so much better in person." I mean, it looks so much better in person. I've liked it online, but it looks so much better in person.
Yeah.
And the thing is, everybody loves a good sale. And who does that where the brand new stuff is on sale? You don't see that in the retail space.
Never. We've all been to the register with a coupon and been told, oh no, that's not good on that.
Yeah, that paragraph that says all these things are excluded. I'm like, what is it? It's a whole paragraph on the coupon.
Always. And it's everything in your hand, except for something that was only $4 to begin with. That you can have your 50% off. So can you imagine going into any of those department stores, buying 2 pairs of socks, and then saying, great, I would like to now take this evening gown and this purse and this pair of shoes for half price? They'd be calling security on you. So that is exactly, though, what we do here, even on the newest merchandise, which is why those of you that have shows on the calendar with your stylist coming up, you and your friends are taking advantage of brand new pieces on sale. And that is the second part of our programs, is that we already know women love to shop a sale for quality merchandise, right? So that we already have established. They also love to tell their friends about it. You've done it. Absolutely. Everyone's done it. Every single one of you have told a friend about a great deal, about a delicious place you ate, about a comfortable pair of shoes, about a great strapless bra, all the things that you purchase. That's
why Yelp exists. That's all Yelp is. Everybody loves their Yelp reviews, right?
Everybody loves to tell their friends about great things or bad things, right? Yeah. So here we go. That's what we would call the hostess program, right? Mm-hmm. Because when you decide you're going to tell a bunch of friends about the jewelry by having a party, and now your stylist comes in, we as stylists come in, and whether, again, it's in person or in some sort of online party, we now get to share the jewelry with all of your friends, thanks to you saying, yeah, I would love my friends to see this jewelry. And then here comes Park Lane honoring that sale for all of your guests, but then also treating you to a complimentary shopping spree as thanks for allowing your stylist to do that. So now your friends are taking advantage of the sale. You now get free and discounted jewelry from Park Lane as thanks for allowing that to occur. And Unfortunately, that's the part of the program that a lot of direct sales companies have been dialing back. And when you see companies out there saying they're going affiliate or they're taking away this, that, and the other thing, that hostess program, which is really just a bunch of gals getting together to shop for jewelry, is the first thing other companies take away. Scott, our CEO here at Park Lane, is always like, I don't understand these companies. That's how we get to meet the next group of jewelry loving women that want to feel good, that want those brand new pieces, that want to get a great deal, that have a wedding to go to, that have a job interview, that are going on a cruise, that want these pieces. So that hostess program really is something that helps us build our business as stylists, while at the same time are getting you as the hostess those free and discounted pieces on your very long wish list. Now that brand new jewelry just came out, comment wish list if you have a wish list about yay long right now.
And I have seen some come to me that long.
And of course, the best solution to those long wish lists, one of the best solutions, is to have the party with your stylist, because then you're going to knock out a whole big bunch of that. If your friends are coming in and shopping and taking advantage of that sale, your wish list is going to get a big dent in it, free and discounted by having that party. But then those two things is what makes the statement I said at the beginning true. That why would people join Park Lane when there are other direct sales companies that sell jewelry? Because they're going to pay us more. Park Lane does start at 30% for brand new stylists and goes up to 50% commission on personal sales. But that wouldn't even matter if what we were selling wasn't something people wanted to buy, wasn't something that women would be excited about telling their friends about. So if I started this 20 minutes ago with we make 30% commission, who cares? Because you didn't know what we were selling. You didn't know if anyone wanted it. You didn't know what the quality was. You don't know that the company has 70 years of history, which means rock solid third generation family still running this business, fourth generation coming down the pike. So now that you know all those things, now the 30 to 50% makes a lot more sense and sounds a lot more attractive, because you know that the programs we have are going to support that. And then as you're building a team, that when you get paid on every single person infinitely deep in your whole entire organization, always never losing your title, no demoting, that means a lot more. You know, Beth you mentioned at the beginning how, you only know the Park Lane way. Beth came to us with no prior sales experience, started as a stylist, 30% commission, has now promoted 3 more times over the years to division leader, now makes 45% commission, gets paid on her whole entire team, and will never demote no matter what goes on in her life or the lives of her team members. And some of you do have direct sales experience and just said, what? There's no demotions? I did come from another direct sales company after 14 years there. And I definitely played that promotion shuffle, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, each time losing commission, each time not getting paid on the very team that I spent every day training and helping and doing with. And that never, ever happens here.
Yeah. And if I've said it all along, if that would have been the case, if there were quotas, if there were demotions, I would have been gone a long time ago, because there's just been different seasons of my life where, things have happened or whatever. And if I had that extra pressure of that, I would not have done it, because it would not be fun. I teased all along that this is my no stress job. I had a very stressful daytime job, and this was always my fun job. And that to me would have been stressful. And I would have been like, I don't need that. And I would have been gone. So especially for people that are working another job, you don't have that pressure of the quotas and the demotions. And so, I think it's a no brainer, because you don't have, that's just one thing you don't have to worry about here.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm always so appalled when I hear about these other companies. I'm like, what? Makes no sense.
And honestly, that's probably why this would be a good time to mention that direct to point program, because if you're hearing this and saying, oh my gosh, that does sound a lot better, just know that if you would like more information directly from our home office, because you think you may qualify for that direct to point program, we can give you further business information. I can, and then if needed, the home office as well, to talk to you about what is your leadership experience in direct selling, whether it's current or a few years back. But that's how I came to Park Lane, that I had an interview where I shared what my achievements were and what I had done and how I had trained people. And as a result, I was brought here as a sales vice president because, like every other industry, if somebody has experience, you don't have to go back to the beginning, which is something true of every industry there is. When Chase needs a new bank president, they don't go to Citibank, interview their president, and then say, oh, by the way, you have to start as a teller again, right? That sounds so preposterous when you apply it to any other field.
Yeah, corporate America doesn't work that way. So I don't, that's why I'm always like, why does direct sales work that way?
Why does direct sales do that? And Park Lane does that. So we have the best of the best here. And here after 14 years with another company, I was able to come here as a sales VP, and then since then have promoted again, never having to worry about demoting, never having to talk my leaders off the edge of getting demoted and spending all of that time. Instead, remember we talked about the part where it's fun and it's easy? That's where the fun and easy comes in. That's where the fun and easy comes in. I have never had to have a conversation with Beth of her freaking out about losing her title, losing her team, being embarrassed about any of that. It's just not a thing here. So with that, not only is that part of our weekly pay, including the pay on your team being part of your weekly pay, all of that is all the comp plan. And then, of course, there's the perks on top of it. One of the biggest things I know, Beth, we get asked all the time is, but oh my gosh, do you have to buy all that jewelry?
Nope. We have a chance every month to earn about $1,100 of free jewelry. So no, the price, if you've won a prize from us before, we get it with our Rich Rewards. If, our jewelry samples, we get with our Rich Rewards. That's why I'm stalking that UPS truck now. I mean, I redeemed some Rich Rewards.
Yeah.
When the jewelry came out, so no, and we don't have to, carry inventory, in our.
Right. That's important to know.
House either, so, because a lot, people don't have room for that. You can work from a tiny space. I mean, Michelle and I both are lucky enough to have an office space, but you don't have to. No. I didn't always have an office space.
Me neither. I did 14 years of business from my dining room, a corner of my dining room.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing to know, you guys, about the inventory thing. So, I have jewelry all around me right now, right? So if I was showing these 3 pieces of jewelry and there's a guest that says, I want the gold jewel bracelet, I do not mail this gold bracelet to that customer. That's what it means to carry inventory, where you're actually selling what you have in your house, right? And that is not what we do as our business model. We are holding samples of the jewelry that, of course, we're allowed to wear. We're encouraged to wear. We're our own walking billboard all day long, everywhere we go. But what holding samples means is that when someone wants to order this bracelet, we help them put that in a cart. We work out the sales of the other pieces that they want. We send them the link to check out. That order goes to Park Lane. They pack it. They ship it. It goes straight to the customer. Gift box, gift bag, ready to go. And if you're looking at multiple opportunities or have ever been involved in the past where you did have to carry inventory, that takes money out of your pocket, because I don't have to guess what people want. If nobody ever orders this bracelet, this was a free sample I got anyway. This was a kit piece I received anyway. And then I'll just probably stop showing this bracelet. By the way, this is a top selling bracelet. That would not be a good example of that. But When you have to buy product up front and sell that product, what happens when no one wants it? What happens when it expires, when it comes to things, product lines that the items expire, right?
Right.
You don't want that. You want to show things and people order what they want with their money, not your money.
Right. And my tastes are not Michelle's taste. So I can't predict what's going to be a top seller. There may be a piece that comes out in this line that I just think is quite ugly, for example, but somebody else will love it. But I don't want to have a whole stock of that here in the house, and then I'm stuck with it. There have been like nightmare documentaries on some of that stuff.
Yes.
Of people like with thousands of dollars of inventory that they can't get rid of. I mean,
honestly, it's a sin. Whereas, with us, if you decide you are liking what you're hearing, did you know that we can just get you a kit right now? It's $129. For that, you receive $500 worth of jewelry of your choice, except that right now it's actually $700 worth of jewelry of your choice, because we just released a new line and we want you to have as many of those pieces as possible. There are 2 other larger kits that we can talk to you about as well. However, for that $129, you're going to get to pick out $700 worth of jewelry of your choice. You can order the kit up front today, tomorrow, whenever you're ready, or we can do a decider party for you first, or a launch party for you first, to generate that $129 so that you don't have to lay it out. So what that would mean is all new stylists, we launch with a party, right? So we love to wow your friends and family with the jewelry, help you get orders, all the things that allow you to kind of be a host of a party and see how it goes, see how the party works, and not be so stressed out about doing the party. We do the party for you. And then you get to double dip, because not only do you get that free and discounted shopping spree that a hostess receives, which is the whole other second part of your kit, really, and then you also get the jewelry in the kit, and you keep the paycheck on that party, which, we're going to work with you to make sure that that's going to cover that kit. Very often it covers the kit and more.
Yeah.
So if you are saying to yourself, oh, I wasn't prepared to order a kit today, you don't have to. We can do the party first, secure that money, then get your kit. So if this is sounding good to you, then we're about to put a survey into the comments so that you can get in on not only all of these money-making opportunities, but also the free jewelry, also the free vacations that we're able to earn. We just found out that the trip that we are earning right now that you can be a part of is to Amsterdam, a place that I don't know that Park Lane's ever been, but I know I haven't.
Yeah.
So that's going to be so exciting.
That's exciting.
The Mercedes car program for all leaders, not just executive level leaders. One person joining your team, you get a raise and become eligible to start earning that Mercedes car plan. The benefits and the possibilities are truly endless here. And when you complete that survey, you're going to let us know what you think about what you heard. You're going to ask any additional questions that you have. We're going to get right with you and then proceed on in whatever way is what you're looking for. Do you have more questions? Do you want to schedule the decider party? Are you ready to order your kit? We're going to meet you where you are and take care of whatever it is that you need, because you may be coming here like I did 25 years ago, coming to a direct sales, needing information, because 25 years ago, what I needed was $600 a month in order to pay the COBRA so I could extend my maternity leave. I was a teacher on maternity leave. You got 2 teachers tonight. And in order to do that, I needed to do something to make $600 a month. And I was told that if I did 3 parties a month, I'd likely have it. And that was true. And I was able to quickly grow it from there. Stayed out the next year because I was having another baby, extended to FMLA because then I was having another. After that, I gave up my position, stayed there 14 years, came here 11 years ago, 25 years later, did you know you could go on a 25-year maternity leave? Because apparently that's what I've done. So I'm on a 25-year maternity leave from teaching. Beth's on an early retirement from teaching, and women and men on our team are doing this around the lives they live. Stay-at-home moms, retirees, business owners, full-time workers, part-time workers, and every other situation, life stage, and age that you can imagine. So Beth, thank you so much for joining on with me tonight.
Thanks, Michelle, for having me. It's been fun. It's always fun.
Always
talk about why we love Park Lane.
It really is. And we really, what are they going to win, Beth? They're going to win. Somebody who fills out that survey is winning our gorgeous gold Prosecco bracelet. This opens and closes on a hinge. It's one of our most high-end pieces. And as thanks for joining us tonight and completing that survey, someone is winning. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time, and we look forward to seeing all of your surveys. Have a great night.
Bye, Michelle.
Bye.